RJ, how would you say the chemistry between you and Scottie has kind of been developing now in this last
Looks
couple
good,
weeks?
don't it? Looks good. I like playing with Scottie. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun. I think we complement each other. I think we don't step on each other's toes at all. So, playing with him has been fun.
I mean, when he's sort of playing that point guard role, I mean, he found you for, a three kind of over the defense at the end of the second quarter, I guess. And does he make some passes that maybe he can make just because of his size and because of his length?
Yeah, because of his size, he can see over the defense, and he's very, very smart. So, just like I always say with him, it's kind of just find the right spots, like just get open, cut. He's going to see it. So just keep moving, keep playing, and he'll find you.
RJ, back-to-back wins in 3 of your past 4 games or wins. What's working for you as a team?
What's working? I think we're just, we're starting to figure out how to win some of these games at the end. I think we've also been doing a good job from the start and giving ourselves a lead so that even when teams make a run, we're still okay. And, instead of just going all the way down. So, yeah.
Darko mentioned when he was in here earlier, after that 8-0 run that Indiana put together in the fourth quarter, he called timeout and he's just like, we just got to win each possession. How much does that help to just settle it down and, like you said, close out the game?
Yeah, he was very calm in that timeout. Like you said, he just spoke to us and, we knew what to do and we responded.
When guys are in and out of the lineup, I feel like you're one of the players that gets impacted the most in terms of what they need more from you. Obviously, it impacts everybody in next man up mentality, but I do feel like you kind of have to slot into certain positions. So how are you able to kind of stay versatile to step up when players are gone, but then also kind of find your rhythm in your game when players are back?
Just try to do whatever the team, needs. If it was being more on the ball, being off the ball, guarding the best player, whatever I have to do, rebounding, being in the corner, cutting. I pride myself on being able to adapt. That's kind of just a trait that I have as a person, on and off the court. So, being able to adapt, I think, is one of my superpowers. So, yeah, that's kind of what you see.
Is there any other conversations with Darko in terms of expectations? Have you ever off the that reflect?
Well, I think it's easy. Darko he's very straight up, so he tells you what it is that you need. So when you're going into the game, you know exactly what to do.
Oui, RJ, félicitations encore une fois pour la victoire. 2 victoires de suite, 4 victoires à la maison. Qu'est-ce qui marche présentement à l'équipe? Qu'est-ce qui marche bien, qui fait que vous gagnez ainsi?
On joue bien, mais Scottie Barnes, 35 points. Ça aide beaucoup.
Et moi, je voulais te demander, dans ce match, vous n'avez jamais été derrière. À chaque fois, vous êtes resté devant, même quand ils ont fait le run.
Ouais.
Est-ce que c'est un signe que l'équipe, maintenant, commence à savoir comment gagner et comment gérer ses matchs?
Oui. Quand j'ai dit avant le début de match, on était là. Et comme j'ai dit avant Scottie Barnes, 35 points, ça aide beaucoup.
That was probably your best driving game of the season. One of the best driving games of your season, maybe one of the best of your career. What motivated you? What were you seeing on the court that allowed you to find those seams and get to the rim so often?
I was just being aggressive, trying to get downhill and just playing from there. Going downhill with force, I think. Our coach has just been telling me that a lot lately. Drive downhill with force, create that contact and just try to finish through it, go try to dunk. Just trying to start off early, not wait until the second half to get it started, being more aggressive early. It's paying off.
How do you enjoy that matchup with Pascal? Like he was playing you pretty physically for long stretches.
Yeah, he was playing pretty physical. Pascal, he wants to win. He's a competitor. He's going to try to do what it takes. If that's playing physical, you got to play physical. We wanted it to be a physical game. Yeah.
You and RJ seem to be really kind of finding each other. Not that you did before, but since you come back from your injury, there seems to be a nice chemistry forming there. What's making it work?
When we're both being aggressive and, we're both getting downhill, pushing the pace, finding each other in transition, it pays off really well. I think I said, like 2 or 3 days ago, our games complement each other really well. It does. We're finding each other, just trying to give each other that space to be able to create and play off that. So I think, we're doing a great job, finding each other and just being able to let each other play and find those seams to be able to try to create, to be able to hit the roll with Yak, find each other in the corner, push the ball ahead and transition in so we can get those easy baskets.
RJ was just here saying that he thinks that, back-to-back wins in 3 of your past 4, it's because you guys are finding ways to close out games. From your perspective, what's the difference in terms of how you're maybe playing a tighter game in the last, say, 8 minutes of the fourth quarter?
Let's repeat that question.
RJ was saying that you guys are closing out better. How do you think you guys are closing out now over the past, say, 4 games?
I think we did a great job closing out this game. They had a good run in that third quarter. Had some turnovers on my part. But that fourth quarter, we did a great job locking in, getting stops, the stops that we really needed. Wasn't fouling as much as we were in the third quarter. So, we scored on the other end, and, we ran the offense trying to take that time off the clock. So, when it came down to really trying to get a stop and focus and lock in, we got it done.
Scottie, as somebody who, yourself won Rookie of the Year, and now you're leading this team that has a lot of rookies on it, what are some of the messages that you tell these young guys, especially when they're having the highs and lows of just being a rookie player in the NBA?
To be honest, with this team that we have, our chemistry is just so great off the floor. We're just so well connected. We just believe in each other so much. These guys have a lot of freedom, and our coach allows them to have that freedom when they're out there on the floor. We want them to be aggressive. It only helps our team for the best. We don't really see these rookies. You don't really see their downs. Even if no matter how the outcome of the game go, we're just really so well connected together, and our plane rides back home. If we're on the road, we're still talking, communicating. This group is just so well connected, and I love that about this team. That's one of our best traits, and that's when you have a well-connected team, that's something special to be a part of. We have a lot of guys that's communicating off the court. We're constantly texting. We play the game together. We do a lot of different things together, and, that just helps us in the long run.
Scottie, you had a moment there where you kind of flexed after one of your buckets. What was that moment like, and sort of what kind of message were you trying to send there?
Flex out the wrong buckets. I could probably flex out a couple of them, but I don't know which one. Which one you talking about? I flexed out the yacht bucket too. Just trying to create energy for our team. I'm always gonna try to create as much energy as we can, and it just helps our team go the right way.
Darko was saying he's seeing you start to manipulate the game. Where do you feel like you're at in that process, and just controlling the pace of the games?
This game, you got to find those advantages. Wherever the advantage is out there on the floor, you got to take those advantages, and you got to exploit them. So being able to just find those. Today, the pick and roll was working great today with me and Yak. So just trying to find those advantages with Yak and how I'm able to get downhill and find him on the roll sometimes, and it's working really great. But that's all the game's going to come down to, especially fourth quarter. That's when everything needs to happen. Find those advantages and exploit them in those moments. And that's what the game's going to come down to at the end of the day.
You mentioned how great the chemistry has been. What role has Darko played in helping instill that culture for you guys?
He's been at it since day one. Trying to build this team chemistry and just trying to get us to do things together. So he's did a great job of being able to build this team to where it's at, chemistry-wise, and being able for us to be so close. He plays a huge part of that. He doesn't get enough credit that he deserves, but he's been trying to keep us connected so well together, no matter through the ups and downs. We don't really see those downs. We just see as a progression of keep getting better. And how we're going to build off of it. So, he's been really important in it.
Again, in the last few minutes, your team really executed well and closed out a game. You seeing growth in that aspect of the game?
Definitely yes. Indiana, and we talked about it before the game, that's a tough team to play against. Just their ability to create threes off the dribble, just their ability to run in transition, they're scoring bunches. And, if you have a 15-point lead, you might think, oh, we're safe. And then very quickly you learn that it's bang, bang, that it's, the game can take different course. I thought that in the fourth quarter when they went on the run, we had a timeout and just said, all we got to do is one possession at a time. We got to really focus on us, how we're executing on offensive end and defensive end. I thought that our execution down the stretch in the last 4 or 5 minutes was really, really good. So I think we were getting better in that aspect.
What are you seeing from Scottie in that vein? Finishing games with the ball in his hand, making all the right decisions? Are you seeing?
Scottie tonight, he did score 35 points, but for me, much more important than that is the tone that he's setting for the team. The poise that he's playing with, how he's picking up his teammates, the way he's talking, the way he's learning to manipulate the game. He's becoming much better in the half-court setting to attack, to touch the paint, to score. I thought that he was outstanding tonight. I wish that one of his turnovers ended up as assist. That would look even better on the box score.
What about his defense do you think has been different this season? It seems like he's picked it up a notch on the defensive end compared to last year.
He was always very intense. I think he's just maturing as a player, knowing tendencies, knowing what players are doing, getting more comfortable inside our schemes as well. We as a team, we try to be very aggressive, and that's what Scottie wants to do. That's for me as a coach, it's a true blessing when your best player is really embracing that style of defense, and that makes everybody else to step up a notch defensively as well.
Obviously, RJ was carrying a big workload, playing really well when Scottie was out, and he hasn't really missed a beat. How are you seeing those two playing off of each other right now?
I think they're really complementing each other. Both of them capable to play on the ball, both of them more than capable of playing off the ball. I thought that they did a really good job offensively, and I'm always gonna be the first one to praise them when they do good stuff. I still expect more from them, execution-wise, taking care of the ball when we need it. Again tonight, big number of turnovers, and we need to continue watching film and studying and trying to clean that up, because that's going to really unlock a lot for us.
To my eye, it looked like Scottie's best and most resilient driving game. As far as the decisions he made, rerouting driving angles, using rescreening, what did you think he did best to really allow himself to flourish in that?
I got to watch more on the film to really dive into detail, but we're talking a lot about him playing lower, being more explosive when he decides to go, and just having two or three things in his mind when he's attacking. And he's such an amazing instinctual player that he's going to find opportunities. And I thought that he did a really good job today attacking with that force and then just reading what defense is giving you. And I thought that he played really well.
Rick Carlisle said before the game that Jakob Poeltl was one of the most underrated players in the league. What do you make of that comment and sort of his role on the team so far this year?
Well, I have a huge respect for Jakob and what he brings to the team. I think he's outstanding teammate, outstanding competitor, and he's proving it night in and night out that he's playing really high-level basketball this year.
You have these two primary guys combined for 12 turnovers as well as they played. How are you it's happened a few times, how are you working through that are you just living with that because you want the ball in RJ and Scottie's hands so much, or is it sort of things that need to be fixed?
I think some of those are really coming from good plays. Some of those are really coming from trying to find a teammate, trying to make a pass, and I don't want them to be afraid on the court at any point of time. I want them to be aggressive and to learn through that experience. And if you talk to both of them, they're going to be the first one to be aware of it, and they are aware that they need to grow, and I have no doubt that they will be able to clean that up and improve.
Your three-point shooting cooled off in the second half. What happened? Like, where did it go wrong?
Somebody turned on the AC. It was cold. I mean, that's game of basketball. You know, you get hot stretches, and then you get those moments when the ball is not going through the hoop. But those are the moments that you gotta show resilience and do all other stuff that affects winning. Is that deflection? Is that box out and rebound? Is that executing the offense the way we need? Like all of those little things, impact the game. And we ended up shooting at the end 39% from the 3-point line. If you're going to shoot that well every single night, I'll take it right away.
Regarding Ochai, even in his years in Utah, and even almost going back to Kansas, he's never had this. He's shooting like 47% from 3 on 4 attempts a game. What do you think? What do you think is the key? Like, I know you guys have worked on stuff, but what do you think is translating?
A lot of work that he's putting in. There is no magic to it. You know, when you put the work in, when you believe in what you're doing, and your teammates believe in you, it's amazing. And all of his teammates, every time that he's getting opportunities to shoot the ball, and if he misses a shot, everybody's like really encouraging him to continue shooting. And that's simple as that. Put the work in.
Hey, it's JYD. Thanks for watching the Raptors YouTube channel. Check out our latest videos and subscribe for more.
Taken away by the Raps on the run. Fits to JYD. Beautiful pass. Chuck, one of the things I'm noticing about this